So we moved here in August 2020 and we bought 26 acres and a house.
It's been a full year and we got most of the things we set out to do in our first year we got done. I thought it was an ambitious list, but we did most of it and it worked out so far so good.
Yeah, like we started out, I had zero experience. I still feel like I have like maybe like 0.1% experience, but we still managed. Dominic is a lot more than I.
I don't have much experience. I've
Yeah.
just been obsessed with it for a long time of watching videos and reading about it and stuff like that. It's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think it's like one of those like you always want to do, and just kind of the opportunity came where we were at a point in our lives where we wanted to change like what we were doing, and we had a few options ahead of us, and this is the one that we went with. It seemed like, it was like something that we've always talked about, and we've always planned that we'd do someday. So it's really satisfying to see that, like, what you can do in a year. Because we always kind of say like you can do anything for a year, which has kind of been our motto for the past.
Our excuse for just doing stuff.
I like to say motto, but yeah, definitely excuse is like, yeah, you can do anything for a year, and you can. And
we ordered laying hens.
Yeah, before Dominic had finished the coop.
Without driving a nail, without picking where it was going to go, without having materials yet, we said, and that's kind of been our theme is, okay, commit to something that has a deadline, and then make sure you got to get it done by the deadline. Having that deadline helps us. So being busy is actually good for us, I think, overall.
Yeah.
Rather than having downtime. So.
And I think like the idea of like jumping into something before you're ready is really important, because you'll never really be ready. If you get yourself into a situation where you have to get something done, it gets done a lot faster.
Yeah.
And like, it's always about doing things kind of before you're prepared.
It was livable and comfortable for them as soon as we got them. And then, a couple weeks later I put the windows in and made it nice so they could have light in the daytime if they're inside, and during the winter then they had light. But we put the last coat of paint on it, I think, in the spring. But like Jenny said, if we said, okay, we're going to get the coop perfect and then get hens, then there'd be no, not that there's no motivation, it's just
having a deadline is just like a finite deadline. It's easier to get things accomplished. They lay a lot of eggs, and the eggs have been delicious. I don't think I could go back to store-bought eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been really nice.
Yep.
And then Dominic built the Hugo mound, and
Yes.
we planted garlic. And that's what we did up until Christmas.
And we put down the posts for where the garden is going to go.
Yeah.
Bad months of winter, there was 4 feet of snow at least all over the property, so there wasn't much to be doing.
Other than feeding blue jays.
Yeah. Once the spring started up, we got really busy.
and we did a bit of a walk around, and the first thing that we did was haul glass and garbage. And we said that we were going to spend one day clearing the garbage out from the yard, and then that would be it.
Yes, this turned into a many-month process.
We're still hauling garbage up.
We ordered our fencing material and we started cutting lines for our fence and searching for the markers and all that stuff.
So Dominic got the brush cutter, and he got the brush, and we're right now trying to run another line of poles. But Dominic keeps cutting that line that he was cutting earlier, and he keeps going in the wrong direction.
We're gonna we're gonna go as far until we can't see this anymore, and then someone stops. Then we're gonna keep going.
Like in Lord of the Rings, when they send the fire signals.
Exactly like that.
Is it just like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, must be.
Except for a line, not just a signal.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, let's go.
That's exactly it. I can see it.
The marker you have down there.
Oh, we're gonna have to move it this way, I believe. Oh, we're not even close.
It's over there,
We're
isn't
not
it?
even close. It's down there. Holy sweet Jesus.
Well, like, can you go?
I think the chicks might have been first, were they?
I think they were. Yeah, that's when I feel like it really started to pick up. Is we got the 30 chicks. Yeah, and we didn't have the brooder done until after we purchased them. It was the day before we were getting them. Dominic put the brooder in. We ordered the pigs first. The pigs were born April 1st, and Dominic purchased them before we had the fencing done, before we had the pig shelter done. Obviously, he bought it all beforehand. And so we had purchased 3 pigs, like the Ossabao Berkshire cross. Science. I had my shoe on earlier and it wasn't very bad, but now I'm going to do it with my shoe on. My heart's going. Okay. Oh! guys.
Hey, pig. Hey, pig. Come on.
Look at you guys, you're allowed out. Come on out.
Hey, pig. Come on. Hey, pig. Hey, pig.
Come out, guys. What's so fun in here? Hi. Come on out. It's fun outside. Come on, let's go.
Hey, pig.
There we go.
Come on. Look at
How
that.
nervous she is.
Right where the wire was. No wire there, buddy.
Wow.
Kind of.
Well trained. No one wants to be the first pig out. They're like right on the line where the wire was, and they will not move. Oh, there she goes. No. Oh, watch out.
Wow, they don't want to go that way at all.
Wow.
That's great. It works.
System. Come on, buds. No, not interested. She's going back to bed. Hi. Why don't you take over though? I guess you can't really drag the water.
Over the back, here's under the bottom. Sorry, Betty, lay yours in. Take my
Oh geez, I saw how she got out. They're going under the wire.
Oh, is there a spot to get it?
She must have gone in between pulses.
Big wire under there too.
What? No, she went right by the garlic bed.
Yeah, I think I'd fit under that, couldn't it?
She did, but
the
she
red
must have
one
gone
come
in
out?
between pulses.
Did the red one come out?
Look at him go! Oh no.
For you.
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna work. How'd it go? That was easier.
In one spot, or am I mixing it right now?
That's looking pretty good. And then we, on a whim, got goats because we thought we got all this brush back here. It's free food for goats, and we're looking for red meat for the winter. So we built that little, bought the goats first, of course.
Obviously.
Then the day before I had to go get them, I built that little thing to put in the trailer to pick them up in.
back to the broiler chicks, we discussed whether or not we were going to get a plucker. And, you know, everything is really expensive, and there was only 30 birds, so we thought a lot about it, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just do it by hand. We're getting Dean to come out, my brother-in-law, and then, like, the night before we had to do our first processing, when the chicks were 8 weeks old, we were watching videos, watching people, like, compare a plucker versus, like, by hand, and everyone was like, oh yeah, like, plucker's way better, I wouldn't do it by hand, and you're like, I just remember like sitting there like sweating, like, oh my god, I can't believe that we agreed to do this. So we put it out on Facebook and ended up renting a plucker, which made that whole day, I think, go a lot better than it would have been. So that was like our first time processing our own animals, our only time processing our own animals, because like we haven't processed these ones yet. But that was a good day overall. Like the food, now that we planted the garden, which got in really late, but it's starting to grow now. Fortunately, I didn't know what was going to grow and what wasn't, but like we're actually taking like tomatoes and snap peas and spinach and kale and onions and stuff out of the garden now, and we're using our own chicken and our own vegetables. And it's like now I'm like, because you know, it was really, I think it was hard for me to kind of connect it all before, but now that I'm actually like cooking with the food that we're creating or that we're growing ourselves, it's like, it's getting very satisfying now. It's like, what can I grow next year, and what's this going to be, and what can I make today? And it's, I don't know if it's so much like, it tastes so different. It does taste different to me, but it's also like the satisfaction of like, oh, like what in our meal today is like from our land.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
What's left for the rest of this year is finishing, moving into the background here and moving the pigs down the line, clearing out more land, and processing the goats, processing the pigs, processing another set of chickens, and yeah, then the work is over for the year. But we still got a good 3 months ahead of us of doing stuff, so that's great.
We did a lot, and it feels really good. I'm really excited for like the end of this season and to kind of see what happens a year from now, because we do have really big plans for next year as well, for like animals and vegetable gardening and all that kind of stuff. So super excited about all of it, really satisfied.
Yeah, we're going to use our experience from this year to guide us more effectively next year.
Yeah.
So whether that's with clearing land, a new piece of land with pigs, I'll probably get more pigs next time, because it'd be just as easy to take care of 5 pigs or 6 pigs or 10 pigs as it is for 3, right? So, and for this area that we're clearing out this year, there'll be no pigs because we don't want to mess up our grass. So we're going to get into lambs hopefully next year.
Yeah, we still have 25 acres stretching in that direction. That's untouched. So we've got a bit more to work with.
Lots of stuff to do. We won't be bored.
No. But yeah, great success.
Great success.
Nice.
How'd you like that shot? One take.